a very scrape back pony today. Hi, I'm Helen and this is my channel Helen Explains, where I talk about the topics of sort of intersectional feminism, anti-racism and politics. And in this video I really want to talk about the Electoral College, because the US election is just around the corner and the Electoral College is kind of quite a confusing aspect of the American political system. However, it's literally how the presidency is determined, so it's really super important. It's kind of key to know about it. So back in 2020 I created a video about the Electoral College and kind of really explaining it, but I thought it would be easier with pictures. I'm going to do some doodles on a map of the United States and really to point out which states are the ones to watch, how many votes they have each, and which ones are the ones that we really need to keep an eye on in this upcoming election. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, the Electoral College is made up of 538 electors. Now, these are actually people. It's not a place despite being called an Electoral College, but these are people who will cast the vote for the presidency. In order to win the presidency, the candidate needs to get 270 votes out of 538. Now, how come there are 538 electors? It's kind of a bit of a random number, but it's actually determined based on the Congress. Now, Congress is made up of senators and House of Representatives. Now, there's 2 senators per state, so with 50 states, that's 100 senators. Then House of Representatives, there's a representative number of people for the number of people in that state. So as I said, there are 538 electors and there's 270 to win. So I'm just going to write on all the number of votes per state so you can see exactly how they're distributed. The minimum a state can have is 3, which makes up 2 senators and 1 House of Representative. So that's 3 members of Congress that state has. California has the largest amount of votes at 54. So that will be 2 senators and then 52 House of Representatives. I mean, that's because it's a very densely populated place. Similarly, somewhere like New York or somewhere like Texas or Florida, they've all got really high numbers. And that's purely because they've got really large populations. You'll notice I've drawn an extra one for 3 votes for DC. That's because there aren't actually any members of Congress in Washington, DC, because obviously that's where the government's based, but they still get 3 Electoral College votes. Oh, just missed one. Sorry, Virginia. So typically states like Washington, Oregon and California, and then East Coast states like New York and Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, etc. are all very much blue states. They predominantly vote for the Democrat Party. Red states, or the kind of red wall, are more of your southern states. So like Texas and Florida, you got Alaska, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, kind of all the Midwest and like the central kind of belt of America. There are 7 states to watch in this upcoming election, and these are Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina and Georgia. These are going to be the really exciting races. Now, the swing states are the ones to watch. They're called swing states because they could sway. Historically, they've maybe been blue states, but then they've swung to red states or vice versa. Somewhere like Arizona has historically always been red, but then in the last Biden-Trump election went to blue. Similarly, somewhere like Georgia, that predominantly used to be a red state, and in the last election swung to blue. Now I want to talk about Nebraska and Maine. Now, Nebraska and Maine are the only 2 states that are different, as they do not use the one party kind of like first past the post system, or like the one party takes all system. They actually determine their voting by district and statewide, which means Nebraska could have like 4 red and 1 blue, and Maine I think had last time 3 blue and 1 red, which is kind of cool. I think this is personally a really good method of voting. Like it doesn't mean like you swing all one way or all the other, and will kind of show different districts being represented. So these are the states to watch in the upcoming 2024 election. First up is Nevada for 6 Electoral College votes, then Arizona for 11 Electoral College votes. Then you've got Wisconsin, and that's got a total of 10 Electoral College votes. And then you've got Michigan for 15. Pennsylvania is always one that swings either way. That's got a really big total of 19 points. So that'll be key for one party to win. You've got North Carolina for 16 votes, and then you've got Georgia for another 16. Now, in the last election between Biden and Trump, you had Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Georgia, Michigan, and Pennsylvania all go blue for the Democrats. North Carolina went to the Republicans. As I said, these are all swing states, and these are the ones to watch in the upcoming election. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope this video made it a little bit clearer for you so you can understand exactly how many votes are coming in from each state, and then you can kind of follow it as the votes come in and to determine who's going to win the election.